some people think that the God of the Old Testament was vengeful and violent in a way that makes him incompatible with the God of the New Testament. That seems to me not to be true. After all, the flood was a judgment from God, killing everybody except 8 persons, including babies and everybody else. That's a very strong judgment. But in the New Testament, you have Jesus saying, "Bring my enemies in front of me and slay them." That's in Luke 19. Then in the book of Revelation, which is a revelation given to Jesus Christ, you have massive extermination of people. So I don't see a huge difference here. God is a God of judgment. When he decides that the wicked have gone beyond the pale, it's safer for the world in general to have them eliminated. And that's going to happen. Isaiah 24 speaks of a time. Isaiah 24 speaks of the time when the earth is going to be shaken. This is the mini-apocalypse in Isaiah 24, where he speaks of the time when the earth is going to be shaken so that few persons are left. And I should add there that Ellen G. White of the Seventh-day Adventists gets that wrong. She says nobody will be left. She has Satan alone for 1,000 years in the millennium, alone on earth. That's impossible. There's a surviving mortal population. Otherwise you cannot have a premillennial scene. You have to have immortals ruling over mortals, and that's exactly what we have, combining the New Testament and the Old Testament evidence. But God's judgment seems to me quite consistent across the pages of the Bible. Jesus is not the meek and mild Jesus who never judges anyone. He promises to judge the world with fury, and the fury of the Lamb is not something that one wants to experience. And so I'd look at the book of Revelation, compare it with the Old Testament, and see that ultimately God strikes the world. That's to say, he strikes those who are incorrigibly wicked and will not turn from their wicked ways and will not repent. The innocent, of course, do suffer for the sins of their parents there. That's quite clear. There must come a time in the Old Testament where society cannot be allowed to continue, because the implication would be that the innocents, so-called, the children who grow up, are going to turn out as evil as the others. And God foresaw that, and then thwarted that by allowing and instructing, in fact, Samuel on one occasion to destroy the babies as well. It happened in the flood. I'm not able to decide, much less judge what God does, but I can see the point of starting afresh, in which case society has to be changed by being radically eliminated so that a new blood, a new generation of hopefully repentant people can emerge.